Hello, I'm Beardy Blocks. Welcome to my channel. Now, I thought I'd best put out a Minecraft video, as it's a heavily themed Minecraft channel. I thought we best put the first one out. Now, I've been on Minecraft. I should explain. I've been on Minecraft for about, I don't know, God, when it came out on console. So it was on Xbox maybe 9, 10 years ago almost now. And I pick it up and put it down every so often. I haven't played creative in a long time, creative survival in a long time. But yeah, I do play around on creative now and again. This was one of my more recent builds. This is Beardy's mansion. Yeah, I can't even remember how long this took. It's in there. It's in the triple figures easily. Yeah, we'll take a tour of this today and we'll have a little chat about my Minecrafting sort of style and stuff like that, and what you can expect to see in the future in regards to Minecraft on my channel. And also it would be nice to get some feedback from people of what they want to see in regards of Minecraft on my channel. Now, as I said before, I pick it up and put it down, and recently there's been a lot of updates. I mean, this was built before even update Aquatic, so I'm a bit behind on the survival side of things, so I thought I'll give survival a bit of a try. As I said, I'm on PlayStation, so I'll be giving the creative. When I get a PC, I will be going back to creative later on in the video, but for the time being, let's have a little look around Beardy's mansion and see what I did here. Now, when you start off with these sort of builds, you don't really know how it's going to turn out. A lot of this sort of decorative sort of stuff ends up happening in the final stages, and you just kind of look at places where you could make a bit of a, where you can decorate things, and you just go around decorating every inch. And I am a little bit anal when it comes to Minecraft. As you can see, every little last inch is decorated in some way. That looks a bit bare up there. I feel like I should do something up there. There should be some hanging lamps or something. Maybe this place could do with the spruce up. I mean, I can do this on, I can only do this on PlayStation because it can't be ported across. So if you want to see me spruce this place up a bit, not that the actual house itself really needs much sprucing up, but especially outside. I mean, if you look around it, it very much is bare nothing, and then all of a sudden you've got this. I mean, I know a lot of people would say, oh, build a village around it or something, but villages and stuff take time. I mean, I could landscape this, maybe build some gardens, I don't know, maybe a gatehouse here, maybe some statues. I do build some reasonable statues here and there, so yeah, I could put some of that in. So let me know if you want to see some of that in the comment section. But then yeah, continuing the tour, we're gonna, what I like about this garden, when I first did this garden, I had no idea how it was going to turn out. So I basically put this fountain in. This fountain was a lot bigger, and it took up a huge amount of space, and I thought it was a bit too big for the space that was here. So I ended up partitioning it up and then making it so it's kind of like a little walkway that you follow around on each side with these, what do you call these? I don't even know what they, trellis type things, the sort of grapevine that you'd see grapes growing from in real life. And then this is like a little wilderness area, so it all kind of partitioned off, so it's kind of like you're following the path around a little story. This is a nice little aviary with all my cockatiels in. Little fire pit for when you're having a little barbecue, perhaps. I should have put a barbecue in because I can do barbecues. I do quite nice little barbecues. I should have put one in somewhere in here, but maybe if you want to see a barbecue, just say you want to see a barbecue. But yeah, into the main building, and as you can see with the front of the building, I've gone for a bit of an elven sort of style. What the building I was looking at is a castle in Romania that we actually went to. It begins with a P. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But then it's but yeah, a real beautiful place, and that's what I kind of started off looking at when I was building this place, and then it turned into this sort of elven thing. It looks totally different to the building that I was kind of looking at for inspiration, but I wasn't trying to build a replica. I was just trying to look at some architectural designs just to make it look good. But then but yeah, on with the tour. We'll first off we'll look around the bottom floor, and yeah, I'll go into walk mode. Yeah, what's down there? Well, we'll have a look down there towards the end, but down there is some special stuff. I mean, when you're making rooms up in these places, as you can see, you're working in a confined area. So this library, I mean, I try to cram in as much that gives the room context as possible. So like, you know, you've got your office sort of furniture in here, laptop, And then, oh, this is so if I wanted to convert this over to survival mode, I could have got a little enchantment table. So you pull the I can't see anything because I've taken all the HUD off, but then yeah, you do that and you can do maximum level enchantments and then put them back down, and then yeah, it's just a simple redstone enchanting table really. Then on to I like this room, I prefer this room, this is a much better room now. As you can see, even the stools, I love these stools. Why that hat's on backwards, I feel a bit anal, like it should be turned around. I might do that later. But yeah, these bars, you've got the pumps, you've got fridges, you've got stools. These stools look really nice out of the floor. These are made with armor stands that, yeah, you can do some funny things with armor stands. If you just look online, there's plenty of furniture sort of tutorials out there. I mean, I could do some furniture tutorials if you really want to see them, but I think there's people like Grian and people like that do such amazing tutorials on them sort of things that, yeah, go with them sort of established guys. I would with them sort of things, and they're a good place. I invent. I'll tell you the things that I invent as we go along. I've got a few little bits and bobs that are kind of my design, but I'll show you them as we get to them. So we're moving on now into this. This is sort of be a grand ballroom, and you've got the sort of armor stands there. We've got a nice fireplace down in the bottom. Look, and use these sort of item frames as sort of utensil holders. So it looks like the sort of things that you'd your forks and your tongs and all that sort of stuff, your spade and your tongs and all that. You can tell I don't make fires very often. But yeah, moving on to the next one. This is just a little room. I was a bit stuck with what to put in here, so I kind of made it a little TV room, little lounge, little snug type thing. And out here we've got a bit of a sort of water feature that you'd only see in the super houses of the super rich and stuff. But yeah, I don't know whose sort of house would have this in. It looks like a painting to me, but never mind. Moving on. So we're moving on down, where are we? We're moving on into here. We're in the dining room now. So another fireplace here. I believe I do have chimneys lining up for any of the really anal architects out there, Minecraft architects out there. I believe we do have a chimney out the top. Doesn't have smoke coming out of it because we didn't have campfires at the time, but I've noticed we can have campfires now. I'm quite excited to start using some of them new bits and bobs that we've got as furniture, because there are some interesting new blocks that are very unique. Now, every house, every grand house will have its kitchen. Now, this kitchen I went totally to town on. Now, this is, as you can see, is a dishwashing section. Anyone that has done their stint as a KP in their lives will know that this is what this is roughly what a KP section looks like. So you've got your dishwasher, little rails that come out of the trays would go in there and out there, and I went to some real effort with them. There's even somebody needs to clean up in here because there's blood everywhere. And these look different now. They've changed them because they did actually look like knives once upon a time. But now it does actually look like, I suppose they look slightly serrated knives, I suppose. But yeah, they look slightly different. And these are kind of masquerading as pots and pans, I suppose. And you've just got to really, it's all interpretive Minecraft. And I quite like how them blocks of meat look. That's just a block of quartz that's sat on there, just roasting on the fire. And yeah, more fridges. These are more, I didn't make up this design. This is a banner. You can look up, there's so many banner designs online now that you can just, there's some really good ones. I might put a link in the description to the places where I get some of these banner designs and stuff from. And yeah, we got a little walk-in freezer that you actually slide around on the floor in, so you got chunks of meat in there, little control panels. But even that, look, you've got these sort of little, pardon me, just 2 blocks there. And that just gives it the sense of, that's some sort of refrigeration unit, and it just makes it feel all the more real. Just them little details, and as you can see, all just these little details everywhere. Another thing going on up there, and it just gives it that sense of things going on. I love these bar lights. These worked out really nice. They're a bit like the sort of bar lights you'd see in a kitchen. Yeah, and that basically leads back out this way, so we might as well come out this way. This is the sort of the serviceman's entrance, and let's have a quick look at it at night while we're out here. Oh, look at that! It's so nice. When there's so many complicated things to feast your eyes on, and these things on the side kind of border it, and there's a few tricks going on here when you design something like this. So you want to border all your designs with something that kind of frame the main piece, which is the house in the middle. So these are your borders that just draw your eye to the centre. It's some techniques. I find Grian is a good guy to look at for things like that, because I have noticed on some of his videos he does describe techniques like that, which are really quite helpful if you're not that way inclined. I should show you up these sort of things. These go up to the towers up here. Really, I'm kind of a bit disappointed with these towers. They could have turned out a little bit better. There's nothing up here really. These are another thing that I could expand upon if that's what you want to see. And that goes up where there's little archer towers. I'm not going to bother showing you there is another one on the other side that I will show you the entrance, but yeah, we'll move on anyway. So yeah, we're not going to go downstairs. We'll save the basement till last. So we're moving on upstairs now. This is the most boring floor actually. You got a little seat place there. That drops down into the. How did I end up on here? How the hell did that happen? Oh, I must have walked off there. But yeah, you can look down in there and look down into the office, and this just goes down to another little pointless snug down here. It's just kind of a little hangout place. Little hunting trophies up on the wall, and this is the bit above the pointless little outdoor bit down there. This is another bit that they just don't make sense to me. I just don't get it. But yeah, I'm a bit critical of these sort of things. But once you've put it in and you've spent a night doing it, it's kind of hard ripping them out again. But yeah, and that just overlooks into there. But as you can imagine, these sort of things, even in creative mode, these sort of things, they take their time. These sort of roofs and stuff. But yeah, we'll go on back down this pointless hallway here. This is a bit of a pointless floor, full stop, that one. But yeah, moving on up here, that goes out to the other tower across there. It goes out across these walls, so you look down into the garden down there. But then yeah, moving on, they're not really very interesting up there, so we'll go around and look at these bedrooms. So first off, that's above, so the waterfall drops down into all them water features down below. But this in my opinion is probably the nicest bedroom. It's where a lot of the cats live. I've got lots of cats living up here. It's actually got an open fireplace there. It's a nice little bed up in the top corner up here. And I've worked quite hard. I don't do many bathroom designs, but my one and only bathroom design is a pretty one. Now these look very much different now, but I actually prefer the way they look now, because these are basically armour stands. This is one of my own designs, I should have mentioned. Now I didn't see many people using these. Now basically it's a tripwire hook with a picture stand behind it, item frame holder. And then it has got a brewing stand turned upside down in the item frame holder. So yeah, that's how I achieved that. And I haven't seen anybody using this, so if you want to start using it, it's quite a rare sort of technique. But yeah, and the toilets, they just make perfect toilet roll holders, and they make perfect toilet brush holders. But yeah, these whole bathrooms, they're all slightly different, but they're all the same sort of styling. Now, moving on. I won't bother closing the doors. We'll just leave them open. Now, this one I designed as a kid's room, and I really think I got the effect right. You know, posters all over the walls. We've all been kids. We all know what it's like. Lots of beds. Somebody needs to learn what contraception is in this household. But then it's got a nice bedroom, this one. It's got, I think this is really nice. It's got a really nice sort of walk-in pool that you see in sort of posh houses. It's not the sort of bedroom that I'd put in the kids' room. Just a white banner hanging up in a bathroom just gives the room so much context in it. Yeah, it really works. But yeah, anyhow, moving on. Right, so now this is what I call my bedroom. Now, it's got a few little cheeky bits. Now, you got the bathroom here, another nice bathroom, another really nice bathroom with this. Oh, I thought it was a skylight for a sec, but no, there's no windows in here, but all the same, it's a really nice bathroom. And then also it's got this little secret bit that leads up there into the left-hand tower. I can't be bothered going up there. But then, yeah, that leads into one of the sort of parapet towers, like. And then in my bedroom, I do have a secret little something in here, I believe. Where is it? There it is. A secret little passageway. And then it leads to my tomato plantation. Clearly I'm growing tomatoes in a secret little room in my bedroom. It's nothing illegal, obviously, so we'll leave that alone, and then we'll come back up here and out this way. I've got this urge to fill every little gap of a place, so there's a lot of little things like that where I've got little hidden nooks and stuff. So we're moving on to the next floor now. This floor, let me think, there's one more bedroom in here, so this is the last of the bedrooms. It's got a reasonably crap bathroom, if I remember right. Yeah, this is a bit shoddy next to the other ones. That's more of a sink than a bath. But yeah, and I could come and fill that up with water now, but then now with the updates, I know, but I will do that at some point. There's loads of updating I could do on this map, there really is. But then, yeah, we'll go in here first. Now, this is what you need in your loft, isn't it? This is a Roman baths in your loft. Now, this would be amazing. Now, I like these, but I noticed what has gone on here. Now, this is snow. Now, these were perfect, and something has happened here. It looks like they've melted. I think what may have happened is they may have changed the melting distance of snow. Something has happened here. And these were really nicely moulded sofas either end, and they are not nicely oh look, it's all melting now. Yeah, they've clearly changed the mechanics on that, so unfortunately this one is going to have to be taken out, and the same with that one, and replaced with sofas that don't melt away. Yeah, this is a little garden out on this side. This is actually a nicer garden. It makes more sense to me, this one. But yeah, it's a nice little rooftop kind of garden thing. Oh, almost forgot. And then we've got the loft snug, and this makes perfect sense. Look at this place. This is where you want to hang out. This is where you want to hang out. So you've got widescreen TV over there with speakers either side. And look at this. You just know what it is just looking at it. We've got pianos, we've got guitars, speakers, we've got a drum set and a microphone. And yeah, I did have a man standing there, but we've got an armour stand limit on here, and I had to prioritise with armour stands. So the man singing in the band had to go, unfortunately. But yeah, that's another reason why I want to move on to play it onto a PC, because you've just got so much more armour stands and stuff like that you can use. So yeah, so that's basically the main part of the house. Now we're going to come on down here and then move on into the basement. I'm just going to jump over the balcony because there's no point walking down. We're in creative. So yeah, now moving on down here. Now I had so much more space to play with down here, so I can go a bit more grander if that wasn't grand enough for you. So what have we got here? Right, the Atlantis Spa. Now this is my underground, underwater in some places, pool. Now this just works so nice. I just love this. This makes it even feel even more underwater. What I've used there is there's gaps in between each of them. I've filled it up with panes of glass and then lit it from the top, and it gives it that sort of underwater feel when you look down that end. Doesn't it just feel like that we're underwater there? And then you come up here and then you realise, look out of here, and we are underwater. This is in the water outside of the house. So yeah, and it's really nice. I was really pleased with how this turned out. It was definitely a worthy couple of nights' work. It was it turned out nice. But yeah, so and then then I thought, well, I've got more space to go. Oh yeah, and then drops as well. The water leaking from the roof just looks really nice. I was really chuffed with how it turned out. More towels, giving it more context. You always want to chuck them sort of things in. I was going to put a little changing rooms off to the side, and I mean I did try putting fish tanks in the sides here, but I was struggling with the redstone on it. Oh, and now we're moving on to the Demon Lounge. Now this turned out lovely. Now look at this effect. Now how I got this is every single piece of lighting that I put in there, I muted it. So underneath all of these there's lights, but then I put half blocks over there, and it gives it this unusual lighting effect that you see on the floors here. And the same with these. I put fire behind there and then cover it up with half blocks, and it mutes the light. And if you there's a hell of a lot of light sources in here, but I've just muted every single light source with a half block, and it gives it this amazing feel. And look, you just come in here and it just feels like a club. Do you know what I mean? It's just got a feel to it. and yeah, and look, villagers in cages like you would, dancers in a club. And yeah, these are your sort of upper seating areas. You've got bars, and yeah, it's just everything's got context, and it just makes it all feel right. And yeah, here we are standing here now. If you look down at that dance floor, it looks very odd, doesn't it, from up here? And a lot of people will ask me, what is that made out of down there? And you'll see in a sec. I will show you right at the end of what that is made of. Now we walk down here, we'll come down. I've also got yeah, so now it even feels even more club-like to me, because you've got like the pits and all this sort of stuff, and all this discrete lighting sort of techniques. Yeah, and this switch back here, this was before I really practiced much with redstone. I'm much better at redstone now. I'll do another video on that soon. But then but yeah, it's a bit of lighting effects up on the stage. So yeah, we're going to go over. I'm going to take you over to see the toilets first. Now, any guesses yet of what that's made out of? If nobody can guess, you're going to see in a sec. But we're going to have a look in the toilets first. So this is the men's toilets, and I love how this prismarine has just given it context. This is a men's toilets, isn't it? This is a men's toilets. Now, yeah. So you carrying onto the other side, you probably guessed it is a girls' toilets. Now, and this one just feels so much like a girls' toilets. It's got it all feels. Both of them feel genderized, if you know what I mean. You go into this one, you've got urinals in the corner over here. This is the nicest men's toilets I've ever seen in my life, though. If any girls are watching this is not what men's toilets are like in real life. But unfortunately, we don't have urine puddles that we can place all over the floor on Minecraft. So unfortunately, we can't make it realistic. So we'll have to make do with it as it is. But then, yeah, moving on, and then there's the floor glowing away. I don't know what that's made of, but yeah, we're going to check up here. We're going to go look backstage now. This is another place I feel like could do with a bit of work. Now you've got the DJ booth up here with your DJ. I was tempted to make this some sort of redstone thing going on in here at one point. So if you'd like to see that, then maybe you could bully me into doing that. Now what I like about this area is that you've got this sharp contrast from decorative sort of where guests might be, all right, maybe not down these, but then all of a sudden you're in this sort of really utilitarian area where everything is it's about the workers. So you've got lockers here, you've got bare equipment, you've got bare air conditioning or whatever it is, and you've got a little shower room with a little shower cubicle, a little toilet. Everything's minimalistic and not decorative in any way, and it just makes it feel like that's how it would be in real life. They're not going to go to town on these backstage sort of places where the entertainers are and that. And then yeah, you come down this walkway, and this leads you round to the back of this other little stage bit, which is kind of a bit of a sort of saucy strip bar type affair going on. So here they are, obviously coming out onto here, pole dancers or whatever, if you're into that sort of thing. Obviously I'm not. And then yeah, I love these. These are one of my favourite bits of furniture, these lampshades, because these eggs are just such a unique block. You don't really see blocks like that anywhere else in the game. But yeah, so then that's pretty much the tour of the mansion. Now, has anyone guessed yet what this material is that is in front of me here? Well, what it is it's ice, and the reason why it looks as it is because it actually drops down, and it's an ice floor that goes all the way down to a bit of pixel art down at the bottom. And it's just in keeping with the theming of the Demon Lounge. So I apologise if anyone is offended by devil worshipping, but that's what this club is all about. Is all themed on. And yeah, this is basically Beardy's mansion. Now, as I said, if you want to see any more building, any more work done to this creative design, then message me in the thing. And when it comes to survival, as I said, I'm going to be starting up another survival, just to see what it's all about. And yeah, just what sort of things would you like me to see me do on there? Do you want to see it redstone sort of creations? Do you want to see decorative above underground sort of builds, or maybe I could build an underground secret bunker, or maybe just move into a mansion that already exists and then just pimp it up. I don't know. Just let me know in the comment section about what you want to see, and yeah, we'll leave it there. But then yeah, so hope you enjoyed the tour, and until next time, I'm Beardy Block. Goodbye. Not just a